Hello everybody, it is Lythaniel the reviewer back with a little unboxing first impressions video. Just a couple little things I got here for you today. This is some Shun cutlery. These are some Shun Sora knives. There was an Amazon Prime Day deal thing about a couple weeks ago. So saw some little knives on sale, so I decided to pick them up. Essentially I'm just gonna cut a bunch of things, see how they feel. I haven't used them yet. I have taken them out just to see what they look like, make sure it's the right product. But other than that, never used them yet. So yeah, let's check them out. So first up is the Shun Sora. Primarily I want to compare these to my old knives. The knives I've been using for years and years now were the Royal Daltons with the little Gordon Ramsay tie-in. And, you know, I never had an issue with them really. They have needed sharpening a lot. I would like to step up my knives. I believe I bought that whole set of 5 knives for maybe about 110, 120 back in the day. Each one of these retailed for about 68, or it was between 65 and 70 bucks when they were on sale. I think normal price is about 95 bucks. So yeah, so just once you pull out the box, you get this little protective sleeve and this clip. Just make sure you take that out. And so just moving this. Oh yeah, that's a really pretty knife. So yeah, it's got the little line on there, which is kind of cool. Let me see if I can get that in focus for you guys. Yep, nice little lines. One thing I've noticed with this, the bevel is very, very small. I'm gonna actually compare it to my main chef's knife. So both are 8 inches. It's the Royal Dalton knife. You see here. Now that's a bevel I put on it with the Chef's Choice edge, and just kind of checking this one out. That bevel is very, very small, but they do say it is sharpened to 16 degrees, which is 1 degree more than just what my sharpener does at the 15 degrees. It's definitely much lighter. The tang only goes to maybe about 3/4 of the way there. But still, it's a plastic handle. One thing I will note compared to my old knife, when you are holding it, say if you're doing this kind of grip, sometimes it can be a little rougher on here if you use maybe an older knife, but this one is more rounded, so it's definitely a lot more comfortable and agile to hold. So yeah, and then it is actually much thinner too, because you know I've never had Asian knives, so to speak. So I've kind of only had maybe these English or European style, but the spine and the actual blade thickness is much thinner than yeah, it's really thin. So this one is definitely a little heavier. Balance point is kind of about, it's kind of about, let's see, about right there. So it's got good balance. But kind of just going to the Shun, yeah, it's about right there. It's about the same. So it's actually really nice to hold. I really, really like that feel. So I will have to get used to a lighter knife. But, you know, one thing I will say I'm not the biggest fan of is essentially what they do, I believe, is they push this blade into the handle. The issue with that is there's kind of this little ridge. So there's a slight ridge there where you can just kind of see where it catches compared to, you know, with just another knife where it just be flush with everything. So it is more of a little ridge right there. So yeah, it's not too big a deal because your hand will be a little bit further up though, but just, you know, we'll see. But that'll take getting used to. But overall though, it actually still has a decent grip to it with the handle. So I do like that a lot. But yeah, it's a comfortable blade. So let me check out. I also got the Santoku knife. So I'm going to pull that one out and kind of compare it to the other one. So we'll see how that looks. Hang tight. Yeah. So a few little fingerprints on there, but that's just for me. And that same little line. Gorgeous little pattern. Really small bevel. To compare it to the Royal Dalton, it's definitely similar in shape, but also different. You know, same style handles and everything, but just that thinness. I'm really excited to use this knife. Yeah, so I'm just kind of get a couple random different foods and see how it cuts. Again, I've never cut anything with it yet, so that'll be kind of fun to see. All right, so hang tight. All right, first up is the Royal Doton. So I'll just go here. So again, this is a knife that I have sharpened recently. So yeah, goes through really nicely. So yeah, cuts through effortlessly. And then next up is the Shun. Oh, that's really good. That was effortless. That was even easier than with the Royal Doton. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I've never used a knife like that before, and that's insane. That's incredible. Yeah, wow. That just goes through like it's nothing. And I think the thinness of the blade really helps a lot. Yeah, that's insane. I I really didn't know what to expect. I knew it was going to be a good performer. I thought maybe it would just perform as good as the newly sharpened knife, but yeah, that's amazing. And I really didn't think it would be that big of a performance increase. Yeah, just I mean, yeah. And just kind of compare. Let me see how thin this can get. My original can get pretty thin. It almost feels dangerous, even though I know it's safer. But yeah, this is insane. And the Sora line is just more of the entry level. I never really had any experience again with any Asian knives or even Sora or Shun for that matter. So I thought this would be a nice entryway, you know, 65 bucks, 78 or 68 bucks a piece. This is honestly amazing. I didn't think it would be this good. So yeah, let's find a couple other foods and I'm just gonna cut some stuff for a while because this is really fun. So next up, just a simple sausage. So now I'm trying the Santoku. So again, that's cut nice. It's really effortless, so again, no problems there at all. So yeah, that's excellent. No complaints there. That's the performance that I am used to. Now to give the Shun Sora a shot. So just cutting this one the same. Oh wow. Like I am not exaggerating or putting on a performance. This is insanity. And I'm blown away by this. Time will tell how this will hold up. One of the things I think they do say is, you know, it will require more care, dry after washing. Normally with this one, you know, you just wash it, let it dry off on its own, do its thing, because I believe this is just regular stainless steel. But yeah, this one's gonna be require a little bit more care because I believe it's VG10 on the cutting edge. This might be more softer metal back here, but all the important metals up there, and that's what helped save on that cost. Up next, what I've got is actually more of a test to see how fine-tuned or how fine the control can be on the knife at the tip. I've got just a little piece of garlic right here. Just give that a little smash and kind of see how finely diced you can get it. So here's again just a standard knife. I'm going to smash it first. One of the little parts I want to kind of test is kind of getting in here and seeing how like thinly sliced, you know, if you want to do a little bit of a dice. So yeah, just, you know, cup right here. Just a few little cuts here. And again, this isn't really difficult. And do like a little bit of a chop. And the cutting itself is effortless. There's not much I got to do there. And kind of just get him off. And do a little bit of a chop. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary with that performance. But I'm curious to see if I'll be able to get more vertical slices into it with that thinner knife. So I'm gonna get this next one here. So we'll just set this aside. All right, so now I'm gonna just see. Oh yeah. Like, and you have to, I wish I could put this in better words. The amount of precision you can get with this thin blade is incredible. I'm finding new spots just to go in between cuts I've already made. I think that's at least up to 10 cuts maybe. Like, this is crazy. And this is gliding through so effortlessly. I'm not really worried. Yes, yeah, so that's 2. And I get the garlic is technically a bit bigger. But, yeah, so I'm going to do a little bit of a cut here. Yeah, it's so much less effort. And I'm no mean a speed chopper, but, you know, this, it actually does feel safe because I know the blade's not going to slip. I know I'm only going to fail and cut myself if it's bad technique on my part. Yeah, it's just going through like it's nothing. Like, it's crazy. All right, let me find something else to cut. All right, up next is an apple. I'm going to go ahead and just cut this. So one thing I noticed, even with the sharpness, it definitely is more wedge-like. And I am going right through the core. So let me actually back it out a little bit. Yeah, so definitely more of a wedge kind of cutting. So, and you know, once you get a better grip, it does go through easily. So it wasn't difficult at all. Kind of cutting that out. So yeah, again, the performance is really good. A lot of that, of course, is still brought on because of the knife sharpener that I use, which is still a beast. All right, and now I have the Shun knife. So we're gonna see how this one cuts. So, let's see there, it is a little wedge. So again, I'm not too surprised. There's less than the Dalton for the European style. Yeah, let's see. Yep, still cuts just fine. Yeah, they're just so much less resistance when you're actually slicing through. And yeah, it's beautiful. I didn't know knives could feel like that. I knew they existed, but just to imagine it, I would have had no idea. Yeah, that's crazy.